Players, it's Skilled Brown Magician here, and I have the Thundercat Giants replays. So I'm really excited to show you these. I got some pretty good ones, if I do say so myself. So let's get into the first one. And this one's kind of a nice replay just because I get to walk you through the combo here. So let's get into it. I have a pretty strong opening hand. So I have Thunder Dragon. That's always nice to see. And I have a Rescue Cat, Defusion, and Fusion Gate. So I know that I have plays, and what's even better is that I have Elemental Hero Sparkman. So I have Fusion material to banish off with Fusion Gate, which I'll bring back with Defusion. So I know that I can already go off for a pretty big play. I'm just waiting for a couple more pieces. So I don't put anything on the field. I just don't want to jeopardize anything. I don't want to set Elemental Hero Sparkman even, because if he gets knocked, that's not going to be fun. So I just get poked for 15. One set. And that's it. I draw into Graceful Charity, and here we go. So I get into the pieces that I needed. I go Giant Trunade, clear the back row. Let's go into the play. I bring up Fusion Cat, tribute it off to special summon 2 Mystical Sheep level 1s. And now I have 2 Fusion subs, and I have 2 Fusion Material monsters in my hand. So I go Banish Banish to bring out Twin-Headed Thunder Dragon, 2800 Beat Stick. Let's go. And then Banish Banish, I bring out Elemental Hero Thunder Giant. And then not only that, I have BLS. I'm able to Banish, bring him out. I go Defusion. And what I would have done here, I would have brought back the materials to fuse into a Master of Oz. So I would have had a 4200 beat stick. BLS I can attack twice. 2800 beat stick, 2400 beat stick. Let's go. So that's the first replay. You could see just how explosive this deck can be once you accumulate the cards in your hand. You can go off for some crazy plays. So this one I'm going against Go Control. And I misclick here, and I accidentally activate Fusion Gate, and he's like, now I know what you're playing, which is true. So he hits me with Duel, and he snipes the Rescue Cat, which is a bummer, because I had Fusion Gate in hand, and I even had a Des Kangaroo. But that's alright. I get Thunder Dragon. That's pretty good to see. And then I just normal summon out Des Kangaroo, and let's poke him. And he's already down 2500. So he goes Snatch. He pokes me for 15. But he wanted to really take my Des Kangaroo, and I'm like, sure. And I draw the out, because now I can set Des Kangaroo, and if he attacks into me with it, he has less attack than my defense. So that triggers Des Kangaroo's effect, and he gets destroyed, which is pretty hilarious. And now I have a Dark Engrave, which is even better. So here, I'm just going to go in and attack. I have Last Will, but I have nothing to trigger Last Will just yet. So he has nothing. And I finally draw into Graceful, and we're about to go in. So I discard my 2 Thunder Dragons, and then I clear his back row, but he has Scapegoats. So he has a response, so let's see if I can work through it. So I go Last Will, normal summon Rescue Cat, tribute it off to special summon the 2 Mystical Sheeps, and because I had Last Will, I can pull out Cyberstein. I fetch Cyberstein from the deck, special summon it to field, activate his effect, pay 5,000 life points, and now I special summon Gatling Dragon. Let's flip some coins. First one, doing good. Second one, heads. Third one, heads. All three get cleared, which is super fun. And then I hit Fusion Gate, and he scoops here, but I want to show you the full combo. So I hit Fusion Gate, so I could go Banish, two of the materials to bring out Master of Oz, and then Banish again to bring out my second copy of Master of Oz, and then I had a Light and Dark Engrave to bring out BLS. Completely busted. This is like 16k damage, I think. I think I did the math before, and it was like 16k damage. So, just super fun, the things you can do with this deck. Cybersign's such a great card to search into. It's just a utility card. It can be an out for whatever you're trying to deal with. Okay, so we already saw those two replays. Let's get into the next two. So this next one, it's another Go control. And I think it's fairly fast-paced. Yeah, so I open pretty strong. I get Pot of Greed, and I draw two, and I aggressively set my Des Kangaroo, because even if he gets knocked, which he does, it's fine because I can bring him back later with one of three cards, right? I have Dimension Fusion. So I hit Giant Trunade. I go Last Will. And this is where it gets crazy. Rescue Cat. And I get two copies of Mystical Sheep, but I also get Exiled Force and Cyberstein. So here we go. I get two special summons off of Rescue Cat. I use Exiled Force to clear his face down to guarantee that my attacks are going through. I pay 5,000 to cheat out Master of Oz, and then I go Banish to bring out Elemental Hero Flame Wingman, Banish, Elemental Hero Thunder Giant, and that's game. So goes hard, this deck. So much fun just swarming. Last Will makes it really fun. Man, you can just get the best cards from your deck and special summon it directly onto field. And the last replay is against a Ritual deck. And this is with this one duelist, Runderus. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but I always duel this guy, and he always has really spicy decks. Man, I'd love to have you on the channel, man. If you watch these, Runderus, reach out to me. I'd love to have you on the channel. You always have cool decks. And I'm going to showcase one of them right now. So he goes into Final Ritual of the Ancients. He's playing a Ritual deck, but he's playing Reshef, the Dark Being. We'll see if he makes his appearance later. So he attacks in with Manju, and you'll note that Manju has 1400 attack, which is less than 17, so he gets popped and destroyed, which is pretty nice. And then I just switch to attack, and I go in, and I poke for 15, which isn't bad. I don't want to commit to anything yet, just because I don't have the Rescue Cat or even Sheep for Fusion Gate just yet. So he gets to search Reshef, the Dark Being, and you can see him on the side here. His effect is once per turn you discard a spell card, and you basically do Brain Control for one monster on your opponent's side of the field. But what's crazy is that it's actually a Mind Control, because you can take their monster, and it doesn't specify if it's face up or face down, so that's actually pretty sick. So he fetches it to hand, and he has both pieces, so he summons it out. And he just attacks in. He doesn't use the effect, because it's only till end of turn. And then here, I'm like, man, I gotta stop the bleeding. So I just pull out Exiled Force, and I have to pop Reshef, because that's gonna be too much damage. So I'm just waiting here. My Cyber Sign is basically out now, which is a bummer. I have a set reload, and that's it. My Cyberstein now rendered ineffective because he's dropped me lower than 5k. He has 2 set, and I have a reload, and I draw into Thunder Dragon. So here, we're about to go crazy. So I go Thunder Dragon to get 2 to hand, and then I'm going to go Giant Trunade, and it goes through. I clear his back row. So here's my one chance. I activate Fusion Gate and shuffle 5 back into deck. Let's see what I get. Defusion, Rescue Cat, BLS, Mystic Sheep number 1, and Elemental Hero Burstinatrix. Let's go. So I get some really important cards here. Let's see what I can pull off. I go into Rescue Cat, 2 Mystical Sheep, then I use Fusion Gate to banish, bring out Elemental Hero, Flame Wingman, and this is the crucial mistake. Earlier, he used Kaiku to banish off 2 of my monsters, Des Kangaroo and Exiled Force. I'm able to bring them back now, and a Burstinatrix. So check out this play. I'm able to banish, another Flame Wingman, banish, we go into Master of Oz, and I have the Exiled Force to clear one of the monsters. Let's go. And Elemental Hero Flame Wingman's effect, when he destroys a monster of battle and sends it to the graveyard, inflict damage to your opponent equal to the attack of the destroyed monster. So he takes 2100 here, because 18 from Kaiku, the additional 300, 21 from Flame Wingman, and then 42 from Master of Oz. So that one was really fun. Hope you guys got to see that this deck can do some things. It can put out huge boards. It's so much fun to play. When you start getting those cards in hand, you just start to get giddy because you know you're about to drop this fat combo. Guaranteed to go through because you're dropping a Giant Trunade. You're going into this crazy Rescue Cat, Mystical Sheep, Fusion Gate deck, Dimension Fusion, bring back your pieces, Fusion Summon out again. Let's go. OTK. I hope you enjoyed. This one's so much fun, and I can't wait for the next one. All right, take care, guys. Peace.